We're back with Jake French, and Jake, you know, the young man that essentially is responsible for this injury, how do you deal with that? I mean, if it weren't for him, this wouldn't have happened. I mean, that's where my mind goes. So how do you reconcile that? Obviously, you've moved past it, but there's got to be, I mean, how did you do that?
Well, acceptance. It's unfortunate it happened, but instead of taking all that time and energy, devoting that to anger or frustration about the past, I said, I'm going to take this and go with it and go forward. One thing I do is I try to look at everything as a goal. I make short-term goals, long-term, lifetime goals. But every time you do that, you're already looking forward and not being angry about the past. Something I would say to anyone, because I truly don't believe that day when he woke up, he said, "Oh, I'm going to get that Jake French guy."
Right.
No, it was an accident. I forgive him for that. It could have happened to anyone. But also, the part that's hard to forgive is that I haven't heard a word from him. You know, there's also something that I have to share responsibility in this, and this was a big hurdle that I had to overcome. I have to accept some guilt in this, because I was out drinking that night too. So maybe if I hadn't had that last beer, I would have caught myself when we stumbled and been able to hold myself up. I'll never know, but it's something I have to live with. And for that reason, you know, alcohol was way too big of a part of my life back then. I just graduated from college. And I thought you had to go out and, get rip-roaring drunk 2-3 nights a week. That's how it was.
Yeah.
But that's not true. And looking back, something like this could have happened to me years before that. So it was a real wake-up call.
So obviously, the emphasis on alcohol has certainly changed in your life.
Absolutely.
Do you think that you'll speak about that, or do you have intentions to speak about that as you go into motivational speaking?
I'd love to, especially with the kids, junior high, high school, college. That's huge, just that awareness that you can go out and have a good time. Doesn't mean you have to get falling down drunk. You don't even have to drink. Mm-hmm. I have just as much fun with my friends now without touching a drop. And going back to how I look at everything is setting goals. Being an outdoorsman, that was a huge part of my life. So one goal was I wanted to learn to hunt and fish again. But that's a big problem. My hands don't work great. I have no pinch. I can't hold up a rifle like I used to. So we started out last summer figuring out, okay, how are we going to do this? So my brother made a shooting table that mounts on my wheelchair. The top of it's a cutting board, you know. It's pretty classy.
Yeah.
But, and we adapted a rifle. And just every little day, every day something happens. Like when I was trying to make a shooting table, there's a challenge. But every opportunity is a choice. And so even though it was frustrating, there was one point I even broke down and I almost cried a little bit because I was so mad that I couldn't shoot like I used to. I was just frustrated. Mm-hmm. But I kept going. Mm-hmm. So I figured out a way to rest my rifle on the shooting table with a bipod. I couldn't just put one finger through the trigger guard and pull. I have to use two. And that's tough because when you do that, you don't have anything to hold the gun with.
Right. So you're having to actually use both hands.
Mm-hmm. And I just put my trigger finger through there, and then use my other hand to pull back. And it looks pretty funny when I shoot a big gun.
Yeah.
I'm just like a Raggedy Ann doll. But hey, it's all part of the fun. It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of deer hunting the last couple weeks. It's been awesome. Mm-hmm. I haven't got anything, but I've had so much fun. And that's that whole looking at the world with your glass half full. Mm-hmm. Can't hike the same mountains, but I'm outside. I'm doing it. I'm with friends. Life's good.
Yeah. So. Oh, I love it. I love it. What about, I mean, because I know I've done this, and when you see somebody or you encounter somebody who's different than you, whether maybe they're missing a limb, or maybe they're in a chair, or whatever it may be, you automatically just act, react, change how you interact with them. Mm-hmm. What is that? Because you seem like the type of guy that would be like, don't inconvenience yourself, don't, kind of a thing. So how do you deal with that? Or do you get that a lot?
Yes, all the time. And as you can imagine, I throw it right back at them.
Yeah.
A lot of people make it awkward because they, oh gosh, a guy in a wheelchair. What do? I don't want to talk to him. I don't know. A lot of people don't know how far my disability goes. So I'll make it awkward. I'll just purposely go and look right at them. So they have to talk to me. And some people talk really loud. It's like, no, I'm not deaf. I can hear you.
Right.
But it's great. I get the best seats at places. I was out with a buddy, a friend of the show, Seth Farger.
Yes.
We went to an Amber
we
Lane
love
concert
him.
last night. It was awesome. And it was great. As we're leaving the concert, I had to go out the special way, go around the back door, and I'm coming out like, yeah, it's Jake, a member of the band, and everyone's looking at me, and hey, I just ran with it. It was so much fun. I'm like, I didn't see a guy in a wheelchair up there. And
where was he?
Yeah, I was in the back playing the jug.
Yeah. So are you always this on with the humor?
I try. Humor is a huge part of my life. There was so many circumstances while dealing with this injury. It was either laugh or cry. I don't have time to be sad. Make a joke out of it if you can. And I have such a great relationship with my parents as my caregivers and my friends.
That's so
that we
cool.
we do make a joke out of it when we can, because there's so many things in life that are funny, and it's all in how you look at it. I don't think anyone should ever be too serious to not laugh at themselves. There's a lot of things that are pretty funny about this injury.
I'm glad that you could
So.
that you can look at it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing, and it does put folks on the other side, like myself, at ease, knowing that you're not taking yourself so seriously, and it also is a reminder to, me and other folks that we shouldn't do that. I mean.
No.
Why do we have to make things so difficult, and why do we have to overcomplicate our lives?
You don't. You
don't. You're
laugh
saying
at it. It's
I
great.
love it. It's true, and you're proof of that.
Exactly.
So, all right. Well, Jake, we're out of time, but you're definitely coming back. Like I said, we're going to keep track of you.
I'll be there.
And looking forward to all the things that you have to do, and just the inspiration that undoubtedly you're gonna bring to so many people.
Thank you so much, John.
It's really cool to have met you. Completely, the honor's all mine, and look forward to having this opportunity again.
All right.
All right. Well, you guys check out Jake's website. We'll put it up on the screen here, and keep track of what he's doing too. And we'll bring you more of his story at a later date. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Localite. John Compton here saying thanks again for watching. And remember, if you've got a guest idea, let us know. Just visit localite.com.